on button. And come on, give me the signal. There we go. They can already see it, by the way, so. Hold on, I gotta turn on. I'm looking at some other things. Alright. Okay, I think we should be good. Alright, I'll go ahead and click on everything and we'll get our systems enabled and. Uh-oh. Shit. They weren't supposed to hear that. 1 second. Don't mind my ramblings there at the start. Yeah. I seem to be a little bit more. I don't know, guys. Look, all I want is this year to be over right now here. So, yeah, and shoot, there's still way too many of these goddamn pay-per-views to cover. I'm sorry if I seem a bit out of it, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of been a bit of a rough last month to say the least, and we're not even done yet. We have 6 more events, including the one we're about to talk about. So after this, we'll have 5, and you know how to count down the rest. But either way, we have to stop at what essentially looks like to be a kind of lackluster AEW card on pay-per-view. Now, I know WrestleDream started out basically because of, well, Antonio Inoki's death, as he passed away on October 1st, 2022, September 30th in Eastern Time. He was the founder of NJPW, and prior to his death, AEW had a working partnership with him in early 2021, which of course led to the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which they still run to this day, that first one in June of 2002. So, WrestleDream took place on the 1 year anniversary of his passing in Seattle. That actually made it to be the first pay-per-view held in the state of Washington State, you know, where Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland are from. The name of the event itself was a reference to Inoki, who AEW promoter Tony Khan called wrestling's greatest dreamer. I mean, shoot. Can't argue with that, I guess. Then on April 11th of this year, AEW announced that the second WrestleDream would take place on October 12th at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, thus establishing it as an annual pay-per-view. So, for those of you keeping track at home, actually, in terms of annual AEW events, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 annual pay-per-views that they still expect you to pay a ridiculous amount of money for. And even though things may be on Max, I can guarantee you're still going to have to pay somewhat. I don't know, guys. And this year's one, well, well, let me read the storyline thing here from Wikipedia, where I get all my stuff. WrestleDream will feature professional wrestling matches that involve different wrestlers from pre-existing feuds and storylines. Storylines are produced on AEW's weekly television programs, Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. But there's one teensy-wincy little problem, folks. If you go to the Wikipedia page right now, I'll bet you find what it is, but since you don't have the time to, I'll just tell you. There's no story listed! For all the 11 matches, including the one lowly little pre-show match that for Jesse's prediction I had to flip a coin for, because he couldn't be asked, there's nothing. And since Quietjam's not here yet to help us swing it, or I don't know when, we need help. Well, we're just going to try and do our best either way, because that's what we do here at AWN. I'm Coffee Lover 239. Of course, we got our resident John Moxley, Stan Steven.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got, oh crap, I don't have a nickname for you, but I guess I can say you're the closest, biggest Walking Dead fan I know right now, Epic Man.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
What's up, AWN Network?
Yeah, he's got a Clementine.
What up, everyone?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
guys, yeah. But yeah, he's got a Clementine profile picture, so yeah. If I wasn't doing any of the other games I was doing now for my Horror Fest on Switch, I'd probably just play that whole collection of them, because, like, there's that big-ass collection, even though I've already played and beaten all of them like by themselves. They're still the Telltale Definitive Series like edition of The
Mhm.
Walking Dead, but all in good time. Wait, what are we talking about? We have a pay-per-view to cover, and Backyard Baseball has a little
Oh yeah, one more thing. Can you call my when you say my nickname? I want my nickname to be the Epic Man.
The Epic Man. Okay. I think we can make that work. Just remind me in case
What
you...
about
Alright.
Epic Woman?
Dean,
Epic
stop
Woman.
it.
Oh,
Dean,
okay.
get out of here with
Okay,
that
buddy.
shit. Let's just go here, shall
Okay,
we?
buddy.
Maybe if we hurry, we can see how fast we can speedrun this shit.
Hey,
Let's
Tyval
go.
told me to say that, okay? Tyval told me to say it.
No.
No, we didn't. I'm reading the chat right now.
What did he's not even, nobody's even in here. Let's just go. Maybe
Fucking
we'll be in and out
liar.
before anyone notices. Let's go.
Alright, let's go.
And here's the first match I had to flip a coin for Jesse. Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage for the ROH World Television Championship. The fact that I had to flip a coin about this is nothing short of astounding for him. Apparently, this bout was made official on the October 3rd episode of ROH of Honor Club. Atlantis Jr. has had 3 successful title defenses since winning it from Kyle Fletcher at CMLL Super Viernes in June. And yeah, this is going to be another stop in the road, I guess. Diener, who you got?
I want Brian Cage to it. I gotta go with Brian Cage.
Alright, and what about you, Epic?
I'll go Brian Cage as well.
The Jesse said Atlantis Jr. Again, that was a coin flip. I believe he went with heads, Brian Cage, tails for Atlantis Jr., and it landed on tails. So, yeah, I don't think he really cares so much. I'm just going to go with Brian Cage. I really don't give a damn about this match. And now we can go to the main one. And it's another feckin' ROH match for the World Championship. Mark Briscoe versus Chris freaking Jericho. Mr.
Hi
I
guys.
and the Learning Tree. No, you don't. No, shut up. Fuck that tree. That's one of Solomonster's donation buttons. If you donate a certain amount, it starts off
Is
with
it
that.
really?
Yeah, it starts off with his, because he originally, when the Learning Tree came out, he had this sort of like donation jingle. Like if you donated a certain amount, it would play the sound on stream. He'd be like, I am the Learning Tree. Thanks, guys. But then he made another one where it's like, but then he comes in basically breaking it up. He's like, shut the fuck up as he breaks up. He's like, fuck that tree. Which is basically how I feel right now about this entire shtick with Jericho. Honestly, the only exciting thing was when he killed Samoa Joe with a forklift on national television. But other than that,
Do it. Do the bit. Do the bit.
I
He
pretty
literally,
someone
you could literally say he
tried to
broke the
kill
walls
him with
down.
the forklift. Huzzah! And somebody made that a Botchamania ending because I knew they would. I should have jumped on it sooner,
Chris
but
Jericho broke the walls. You could say he broke the walls down.
you are so bad. You know that? No, but
Break
He's
the
a bad
walls
boy.
down.
no, but for real, how do I even describe this here? Yeah, Mark Briscoe basically, yeah, there was a promo cut between the two, some interference and whatever. Briscoe accepted the challenge because, well, Jericho wants a fucking challenge and that's it. I don't think, we already had one Chris Jericho world title reign here. Hold on a second. Quiet Jam's not here. I gotta ping him actually.
He's in the wrong channel. It's like he's in the
Over
wrong
here,
channel.
Oh, there you are. I was just
Oh
about
my
to ping you,
god,
Jam.
must notification sounds off.
Well, I was about to ping you, Jam, but you're finally here, our resident jokester, and who's probably gonna bail us out of a bunch of this stuff. All right,
I'm leaving the call.
Hey, wait, Jam, stop it. Dude, okay, look, first, tell us who you think's gonna win between Atlantis Jr. and Brian Cage.
Oh, what are we talking about? Are we talking about
It's WrestleDream.
WrestleCot, WrestleBed? Oh, WrestleDream. Okay,
What
sorry.
else?
I knew I was in the right ballpark.
You are something else, man.
Okay, what is the match?
All right, Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage first.
Atlantis Jr. easily.
Oh, all right, that makes you and Jesse.
I'm going with the. This is the pay-per-view where you have to suspend your belief that AEW wrestlers will win everything.
And now we're all caught up. Thank
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
So now.
Well, that was a quick pay-per-view. Oh, it was
No,
a,
no,
this,
no, no,
this
no,
was a
no.
great show, everyone.
Hey. That was just the pre-show match.
Okay,
We still
great.
have 10 matches to go. And right now
Okay.
it's Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. And honestly, we already had one ROH Jericho title reign. I'm not ready for another one anytime soon, thank you very much. Especially not with this gimmick, but what are you gonna do? So, Diener, who you got?
Mark Briscoe.
And Epic?
To the sky! Mark Briscoe.
Reach for the sky, boy. Now it's Jam's turn to reach for the sky.
Okay, are you threatening me, or are you asking for my prediction?
I'm asking you for your
Okay,
prediction.
I don't know. I just you look very intimidating sometimes in a seated position, but I digest.
Intimidating? Please.
You certainly play methodically intimidating, but still.
Just go on.
What was it? What was the opposed match again? One more time.
Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho for the
Oh,
ROH
dude,
World
they're gonna
Championship.
do an FTR here, dude. I mean, it's not FTR. What am I saying? FTW. That's what I meant to say. I was in the ballpark of the right acronym. This has been one of the most. Geez, I wish they would. Sometimes when it comes to Jericho and going from guy to guy and trying to catapult an old title again, like they did with FTW, unfortunately with Hook, and really made that messy. You know what they're going to do here. This is a deadpan of it. This is the Jericho Audible, dude. This is the Jericho booking Audible. Let me be more fair. So I say the Learning Tree will be your new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, because it might as well follow the pattern.
Thanks,
Two-time?
Jam.
See,
Yeah,
I told you.
don't know. I forgot to mention, the Jesse's going with Mark Briscoe, and quite frankly, I'm just going to go with Mark Briscoe, because like I said, one ROH Jericho reign was enough. I don't think we need another one anytime soon, thank you very much.
Oh, come on. That's the gift of Jericho. Come on.
Oh, what, are we supposed to drink that in? No thanks.
No.
man.
It's a tree, so the tree needs water, and then the tree produces fruit, and then the fruit makes a seed,
Okay,
and then nature eats the seed.
It's
All of
God
you.
damn, I already have a plant science class. I don't need you teaching me plant science.
And
Fuck's
yeah,
sake.
this is about what I expected would happen. So let's just go to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! There we go. Next, Darby Allin versus Brody King. Big boy, small boy, and yet there's no fucking
And
hardcore
no compromising
stuff.
priests in between.
There's no hardcore stuff though. Despite that, I mean, shit. I know we already have a three-way match later on in the show tonight, but come on. When you see the talent that's going to be in that match, they're not going to need to use weapons or anything like that. I can assure you of that very much. But yes, what's the deal with this? On Wednesday, or what was it, this Wednesday or last Wednesday? I think it was last Wednesday, yeah. AEW Dynamite, Darby Allin issued an open challenge for anyone to step up to him at WrestleDream. Then, on last week's Collision, he defeated John Morrison, or Johnny TV, and after the match, Allin said he didn't want to wait until WrestleDream, and whoever wants the match should come out now. No one answered, he thought the roster was complacent, and as he walked up, boom! Brody King ambushes him, and that's all you need to know. So, Dean?
Darby Allin.
Now Epic.
I think it's gonna be one of those matches where, okay, I think Darby's gonna get beat up for most of the match, and then he'll have a comeback and he'll beat Brody King.
Alright, I gotcha. The Jesse says Darby Allin. Now what does the Jam say?
Wow, I'm in the same league of the before name as Jesse. Boy, I feel an esteemed company in this proposition. But still, this has been a very interesting rivalry here. This has been an actual genuine rivalry, which doesn't really exist very fluidly in AEW. If only we utter the names Rainmaker and Omega. So that was the last major rivalry. Let's be completely honest. A real rivalry. Like, we saw our first real blood feud between Hangman and Swerve in AEW just recently. So there's your compare and contrast. Darby Allin needs to win. He needs to win right now. because he's gonna probably go back in the contention for the world title here because that's what his aim is. He's the only pillar of AEW, remaining pillar. So yeah, good luck keeping that Roman Coliseum up. And Darby Allin needs to win here, and I think, like as illustrated by the two other friends here in the VC, that I think Darby will come back from the insurmountable Mick Foley-esque type odds and beat Brody King.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Darby Allin on this one, too. Looks like we're all in unanimous agreement. Thank goodness. Yeah, Darby Allin for the win. Next. Well. If it isn't Mr. Real Glass himself, Jack Perry versus Mr. Translator himself, Katsuyori Shibata, for the AEW TNT Championship. So on Dynamite's 5th anniversary, Shibata, through his voice app, issued a challenge to Jack Perry for the TNT title, and, well, naming WrestleDream as the day. Perry said he would think about it, but before attacking Shibata and throwing him into the scapegoat bus... Oh, wait, just scratch the butt. And then Perry yeah, I know, haha, that's what she said, whatever. Yeah, I'll steal your one. But no, Perry then said he accepted Shibata's challenge. This actually kind of started at AEW Collision Grand Slam after Perry was going to continue his attack on Minoru Suzuki following their match. Yeah, I don't know. This title hasn't really felt special in what feels like forever. I mean, the more I look at it, if we look at this reign of who has held the TNT Championship over the years, if we look at it, I mean, shoot, let's look at all the combined reigns and see where they all are now. And we'll start from the bottom. Powerhouse Hobbs? Well, nada. Mr. Brody Lee? Sadly, it was all cut too soon when it shouldn't have been. God, I miss him so much. Adam Copeland? Well, I mean, it was just another accolade to add to him before everything happened. Seriously, I'm missing him right now, too, on TV. Samoa Joe? It was alright. Luchasaurus, I mean... I don't even have any words. All I say is that I hope, on a side note, I hope he really gets better soon. I heard about what happened and everything with his double pneumonia and how they had to rush him to the hospital, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Jack Perry, well, he's probably going to have it for the foreseeable future. Scorpio Sky, it feels like many people forgot he was even there. Come to think of it, he really hasn't done a heck of a whole lot as of late. Sammy Guevara, that interim crap was not included, thank God, but a mess. Miro, where is he now? Cody actually did good with it. Christian Cage actually did good with it too. Wardlow, I don't know. Darby did good. So you could literally count the significant number of reigns with this title on one hand. And people ended up better for it as a result. I don't know. I really don't anymore with this. So, Diener? Is it a tough choice, or?
Jack Perry.
Is my turn?
He just mumbled Jack Perry. So what about you, Epic?
Jack Perry.
I can tell.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I can tell you're not all that thrilled, but I can't really blame you. Then Jesse also says Jack Real Glass Perry. And now it's Jam's turn.
Okay, this title, compared to all the other titles that AEW has, which I believe the total title of numbers of titles in AEW right now is hovering around 1 trillion. This title alone, the TNT title, which was supposed to be the original stepping stone title towards the world title, no different from WWE's trash can top, that is the US title, and outhouse door handle, that is the Intercontinental title. So this is a no-brainer. This title, well, back to my point on AEW with this title, it is literally there. This has had more seat fillers than any other title in AEW. And what I mean by seat fillers are these. They go to Jericho. They go to Adam Copeland. They go to these people that are already established, and they have them temporarily have a title reign until some young hot talent can come along to be a rival for that said title. We are on 3 so far legends or other established wrestlers that they have put this on to linchpin it towards, maybe Ricky Starks or Luchasaurus, but in all 3 times they couldn't find a bedfellow. They couldn't find a young talent that had been accruing a lot of victories to logically push this, title towards, except Jack Perry. Jack Perry is like the first genuine guy, and right now Jack Perry has got that upper momentum like a Christian. Yes, I did. I compared Christian to Jack Perry. But Jack Perry right now is the first case of taking lemons and making lemonade out of a very bad situation in a very important pivotal show for this promotion. So, I mean, this is a no-brainer. You could put him up against the entire AEW roster in a pay-per-view. And boy, that'd be a long 8-hour pay-per-view. Sort of like how Dean goes through a chimichanga. But, I die Jack. So easily, Jack Perry retains. No question.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there and go with Jack Perry. I mean, at this point, who else, really? Next. Remember when they said earlier that for the 3-way match, that the guys in the match wouldn't need weapons or anything like that to enhance themselves? Well, now I think you can clearly see why that's the case. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Konosuke Takeshita for the AEW International Championship. So, on the October 2nd episode of Dynamite, Ricochet challenged Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship. The match initially ended in a draw after a double pinfall. Ospreay and Ricochet wanted to keep going, and the match continued under Tony Khan's orders. But then Konosuke Takeshita ran in and attacked both Ospreay and Ricochet, and he raised the championship because he wanted the gold. So TK then announced on Twitter that, Ospreay would defend the championship against Takeshita and Ricochet at WrestleDream. Well, I don't think I need to say anything else other than, this is going to be a banger right here. Shit. Look at this. Certified banger in the making. But then again, what would you expect from these 3 guys? Or what else would you expect? So, Dean... Come on, Dean, it's your turn.
Oh, brother.
Where is he?
Quick, somebody wave a taco.
Did he fall asleep or something?
He does this all the time. He wanders away. So just go to Epic next
Epic,
till he comes back.
Turn.
All right. So Takeshita has, like I said during the All Out predictions, busting his ass for months now.
Years.
Putting on classics.
Counting DDT
yes.
too. Years.
Yeah, years. He has earned this. He needs this. If it's not now, then it has to be the Continental Classic.
Well,
so I'm choosing Takeshita yeah.
Shockingly, Jesse also went with Takeshita, as well as the bonus here that Ricochet is going to be the one eating the pin. Oh, poor guy. Can't escape that. Well, are you back, Dean?
No, he isn't.
Well, shit. Your turn now, Quiet Jam.
Okay, let's give the fair context back history on Konosuke Takeshita. Okay, all 3 of these gentlemen in this match were literally pedigrees of their equalized generations. Okay, and Konosuke Takeshita was literally the rainmaker of DDT Pro, and I have to keep saying it over and over again for the casual wrestling fans to grasp this. The last guy who became established in DDT Pro before going over to another promotion was Kenny, my hair looks like ramen, Omega. Okay? He was wrestling 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds. Hello. But he wrestled a young Takeshita too, which is incredible to me. And he like Epic Man masterfully said, and probably will never replicate again. Uh, this guy is more than worthy. This guy, just what Takeshita did in the G1 Climax 34 this year is just a nut. I mean, come on. Every match he did, especially the 2 matches in the round robin with Yota Tsuji. I mean, come on, dude. The guy is an emerging star. The guy is the most important wrestler to come out of Japan since Rainmaker. Literally is. You go in this order. You go before him or ahead of him, Shinsuke Nakamura. After him, Tanahashi. After him, Rainmaker. After him, Tetsuya Naito. After him, and you go down the New Japan list from there. This is going to be the match of the night. Easily. It's going to be 35 minutes of some of the best counter technical wrestling we have seen. And like I said, these 3 guys are pedigrees. It's like 3 AJ Styles in a ring. Literally. They're all night and day so much. But what makes Takeshita more unique than the other 2 gentlemen is that he is a completely different style. He changes his moveset at the drop of a coin. See the Rainmaker reference I made there? And he changes, his moveset changes so dramatically that you do not know what you're going to get from him. With Ospreay, you know what you're going to get. With Ricochet, you know what you're going to get. Because all you have, when Ricochet wrestles, you have bewildering dreams of Lucha Underground playing in your head. When you look at Ospreay, you have bewildering images of New Japan floating in your head. With Konosuke Takeshita, you don't know what's going to come. And that's the most exciting attribute of this match that people need to consider. And it's going to be a masterclass. Not a one-on-one, a triple threat masterclass. And you don't usually see those. You only see those when it's like 3 tag teams, a la Hardy's, Christian and Edge, and the Hardly can hold their alcohol boys. That's the Hardy Boys, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So this is going to be the match of the night. It is going to be a match of the year candidate, and that's going to make Ospreay end up having total number 4 match of the year candidates in 1 year. 4. Okay? Name me somebody who could pull that off other than Bret Hart. Okay? Incredible. Or Stone Cold in his heyday between 96 and 97. But again, I digest. So this match is very, very important. And these guys are going to have to stay healthy in this match, but easily overdue, extremely overdue. And making him the first Asian-born world heavyweight champion in North American wrestling history since going all the way back to 1984-85 with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in WWF time, okay? This will make Takeshita finally a Japanese wrestler worthy of a world championship in the West is going to finally be embraced. Konosuke Takeshita will be your new international AEW world champion.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was doing
See
something.
how I put everything in focus so well?
Yes, and then what would we do without you? And look who's back.
Wait, what match did you guys do?
It's Konosuke Takeshita versus Will Ospreay versus Ricochet.
Will Ospreay, I guess.
I'm gonna go with Takeshita. If I'm gonna play risky with one, it's gonna be this one. And quite frankly, Takeshita's been long overdue for a singles title. So yeah, there you go. Next. Ah, shit. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Private Party. Zay and Quen. Wait, seriously? Zay and Quen? Now we're doing the...
Say and Quay.
Now
Say Quay.
We're doing the fucking shortened name thing. And is it just me?
The
Or is it
Quay.
like... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You motherfuckers. One of them basically shortened the name to one of them to some person from some crappy-ass ramp dance song from a decade ago. Yeah, whatever. That's not relevant here. So, on Saturday's AEW Collision, I'm assuming last week's Collision again, Private Party won a 3-way tag team bout against the House of Black. Malachi and Black and Buddy Matthews, and Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin to earn their title shot. Finish saw Private Party hit Gin and Juice on Dante. Meanwhile, they teamed up On Friday's Rampage, I'm assuming the Friday before, they teamed up with Katsuyori Shibata and defeated the Bucks and Jack Perry in a six-man tag match. Man, this tag division used to be so much more exciting. To tell you the truth, Private Party.
Yeah, but then injuries happen and people get bad emotions and then they get sloppy and it happens in all divisions, in all wrestling promotions, so it can't be helped sometimes.
I mean, even disregarding that, the booking.
You can't always go back to the Bucks for everything. You know what I mean? This is what you learn, especially in AEW. You can't go back to the Bucks all the time.
And this heel thing that they've had going on, I don't know. I'm just
in and out of two separate groups in the last 6 months, I want to say.
I'm about as over it as much as I am over the learning tree, if I'm being honest. Like, I know right now they probably think it's a good idea to embrace the hate, and I get it to a degree.
Everybody's embracing the hate. It might as well be in the mission statement at AEW. MJF coined it. Might as well follow it.
Yeah, but MJF knows how to actually work it well. These guys basically look like a couple of bozo bum de jures when they try and do it.
Well, they tried everything to get over, and you sometimes have to embrace the hate. Embracing the hate is the last thing you do sometimes.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like it's coming off as such weak sauce in the end. Like, it's just... I don't know, really. I'm just not feeling it here, personally. So, Dean?
Wait, what match are we on?
You weren't even hearing us talk about it. We were talking about the Bucks and Private Party.
Oh, Private Party.
Ooh, risky are we? What about you, Evan?
Oh yeah, we are getting frisky.
See, I said risky.
I'm gonna go with. I mean the Young Bucks.
Boy, and I thought I farted weird.
That was a fucking fail. That was just a sound, man.
No, he has the flatulence of a tugboat. Cool.
That was a fucking horn buzzer. Wrong.
I know. I'm just being facetiously hilarious. Okay.
Oh please. What else? Okay. Jesse says the Young Bucks, so now it's Squy Jam's turn.
Okay. Let me ask you this question: has anybody been able to out Christian the Bucks?
Not particularly.
No.
I guess.
And I'm using Christian as a word from now on of the guy who's been able to come out of the biggest of odds and still win.
Shit, how could I forget about him?
Out Christian the Bucks. Nobody's been able to out Christian the Bucks because what are they? They are EVPs. What did they do? Much like Jack Perry did. Embrace the hate. They embraced their heel characters that they had overlooked the whole time being in the company for over nearly 5 years. So I have no earthly idea. How do you out-buck the Bucks? How do you out-Christian the Bucks? You can't. The Bucks are always going to win because who do they have? They have the Rainmaker who can come out and interfere. You know how AEW is. They only have the referees acknowledge interference unless they get into the ring and bump the ref. We've learned this from over all the years that AEW's existed. Unless you're Aubrey Edwards, who doesn't take garbage. And she's been the most consistent Earl Hebner when it comes to enforcement of the rules. Am I wrong? No, I'm absolutely right. So unless the Private Party can conjure up a volcano in the middle of the ring and then kick the Bucks in, a la Joe versus the volcano, Bucks retain. There's no earthly way that the Private Party can get the titles off of the Bucks unless there isn't a mystery affiliation with one of these emerging groups, aka either the new Jake Roberts running LIF, Los Ingobernables de Fashion, or possibly MVP's group. Maybe Bobby Lashley interferes, and the Private Party are now part of the Hurt Syndicate. So those are the only two other angles, and I don't think they're going to do that because they're going to save Bobby Lashley for something more significant. But if Private Party is taken, you know how MVP gave Private Party their card, maybe they'll take it up and then maybe they'll join. So I say easily, Bucks retain.
Some people can play the villain very well, others can't.
Well, they're lackeys. So, I mean, Private Party have not been genuine heels. They can't be genuine heels.
I meant the Bucks.
They're not. They haven't been genuine heels either. All they've done is thrown their weight around.
Oh, quite frankly, Private Party have been long overdue for a title reign, but I don't see.
Yeah, like I said, they're gonna have to bring in. They're gonna have to bring in one of the factions out of the blue to do the interference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with
Even Rainmaker can only do so much at ringside. He's limited. So
yeah, so
yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks on this
Yeah,
one.
see, there we go.
Okay, where is it? There we go. Next. Ladies, it's Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale for the Women's World Championship. Or is it just
TBS.
No, it is the Women's World
It isn't?
Championship. Wait
forgive
a minute.
It's a TBS.
Hey, no, not that.
No, it's for. I'm thinking of the other lady. Okay, yeah, it is. It is the World Heavyweight. It's a women's heavyweight.
Money.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Money.
Too many women's titles.
Dean, calm down. Stop it. Okay, first of all, calm down, Dean. Secondly, Mercedes is not even on
No, just say
tonight's
settle down,
card.
Beavis.
That's not how it works. Okay, here's what
Settle
happened.
down, Beavis.
October 8th edition of Dynamite, Willow Nightingale, Jamie Hayter, Nyla Rose, and Saraya all battled it out in a four-way match to determine the number one contender for the AEW Women's World Championship. Even with the turmoil involved, Nightingale was able to pick up a victory, so there you go. Oh, and by the way, apparently Penelope Ford screwed over Jamie Hayter.
Yeah,
so
she's back now. They thought her contract had expired 2 months ago. Apparently, she resigned.
Oh my goodness!
And so it's like a being used, not even enough, or to be noticed, much like a Kip Sabian kind of approach.
Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, not much more to say. You go first, Dean.
I got money.
And
It's not
it's
what?
not Mercedes money.
It's not the Mercedes
May
match,
or
dude.
Willow Nightingale.
Oh, Mariah May.
And what about you,
Gosh,
Epic?
Dean, I need a puff. I need a hit of whatever you're smoking because you are fucking fried or something. God damn.
Far out, man.
None of us are moving in 100% right now at this rate after everything.
Well, I mean, with all the body odor in the room right now, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Hey, not that, you schmuck. Epic.
Coffee.
Mariah May.
And Jesse also says Mariah May. So, Dean, enough of that. Now it's Quiet Jam.
This is the glorified bathroom match of the night. Literally. They've gone too many times back to Willow Nightingale. You might as well just consider her the Awesome Kong of that division right now. You know how many times I went back to Awesome Kong in the first 2 years to, have a seat filler for the women's world title?
Way too much.
Literally, no, two times they went back to Awesome Kong. I remember both of her title reigns, and they're as forgettable as her literally eating the physical leftovers of Xena Warrior Princess. But I died check. Like I said, this is the bathroom match, and hopefully I will have eaten a lot of food prior to this match so I can really enjoy that bathroom visit. But definitely Mariah May retain. We'll never give a darn about her until the most obvious post-feud will be Jamie Hayter.
That's assuming TK even gives a crap enough to actually move.
Jamie Hayter is being booked very, very softly right now because she was out for literally a year and change with multiple physical Kenny Omega-esque type injuries. Okay, so he is pumping the brakes on her properly right now.
I guess.
Okay.
Fucking Penelope Ford, really?
Yeah, might as well just include her to confuse the fantasy bookers.
Whatever.
That's why they're doing that.
Whatever. I'm going with Mariah May to retain on this one. Next. Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. Title Tuesday, Jay White issued a challenge to Hangman Page to face him at AEW WrestleDream. White said that he had two men on his list, and Hangman was number one. I guess when he's done here, who's ever number two, you're next. White returned last Wednesday on Dynamite, going after Hangman for injuring him back in July at the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament. There you go. Revenge. Alright, Dean, you know what to do.
Tomorrow.
I think he's talking with someone right now. Dean?
Wait, what match are you on? Sorry.
Come on. Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. I just gave you it. Ah, shit. I think... Well...
Dean!
Just let him finish what he's got to do.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's come back to him in a minute here. Epic?
Jay White.
Ooh, Jesse went with Adam Page. Let's see what Jam went with.
This is probably the most perplexing match of the night. Just well, mind you, remember I look more at a storyline or the way they've been booked priorly towards a match. I don't look at the match in general. That if you ever wondered my criterion on my prognostications of any wrestling match in any company, that's how I approach it. And right now, Hangman has finally achieved that true uber heel that he's been trying to do ever since discovering lower liquors with the Dark Order. And I honestly, if they do Jay White is now finally going towards a world title. That is his aspiration here. And Jay White is most suitably more worthy of going toward having Hangman lose to him in an extended great match, because we've yet to see a great match with Jay White in AEW beyond a tag or a trios, because that's what he's always been booked as a trios or as tag. So this is more important than you would realize. Now, in the case of Hangman, there was one. Hangman has been on, like I said, he's been ascending. So is Hangman taking an L here? Is he strong enough to take an L? I think he's strong enough to take an L because of the amazing match so far, 2 matches he's had since going uber heel. So I say this is actually going to turn out to be probably an interesting wrestling match that many people are expecting, because we have not seen a single Jay White go into a ring and show that brilliance that he showed in New Japan for so many years. So I say it's going to be Jay White. And it's going to surprise everybody, because a lot of AEW fans have not seen him in a great singles match. And I think Hangman will give him a great singles match. But it will be back and forth, and you will not be able to predict this winner. So I think Jay White in the end.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jay White as well. It seems like Dean is having connection problems right now, so
Oh, boy.
hopefully he'll be back in a minute here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jay White on this one. Next. Oh, that's right. I don't even have a picture for that one here. Nor, I'm trying to use this whole card picture, but not even this match can get listed. I'm guessing it's because it's technically spoilered from Rampage. But at the same time, when I read off the match, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, the fucking MXM collection. Mansoor and Mason Madden versus the goddamn Acclaim and Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. What are we doing?
I knew this would be like the one match in your crawl that would make you go, what?
What are we doing? No, seriously. What the actual fuck?
This is your extreme. This is going to be your most extremely silly, but might actually be fun match of the latter 6 months of 2024.
Yeah,
is what
you're
this
probably
is.
gonna say your silly.
Exactly what it is, dude.
You're gonna
exactly
say your silly little phrase here, and I'm just gonna be sitting here thinking, who actually asked for this and thought this was a good idea?
I thought it was a great idea, and then Tony Khan heard me in my social media and went ahead and booked it.
Oh, what? So he's got a fucking psychic mind. He can read minds like he's Charles Xavier.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can articulate in a Jamaican 1-900 number voice, you know?
Oh my god, this guy just
Economy now, video to psychic reading.
He just made a fucking reference to Miss Cleo.
Yeah, I know.
No, but for real, I mean, look at this shit. I mean,
come on. Hey, sometimes I'd like to bask in your frustration, okay?
No,
and I'm basking in it right now.
I meant the maximum male models here.
Dude, they've got 2 tag teams that are going 2 completely crazy different directions, but they have that energy that all the wrestlers in AEW who took forever to get over got over. Like, it took OC, Ospreay. You know what I mean? It took Danhausen, best friends, I guess. I don't know. But you've got Outrunners going one direction, who are the more popular of the 2. But MMX is still developing right now. But I like it. I like what they're going to do here.
I don't know if I am, because here's the thing. This actually looks like it hasn't changed all that much from when these 2 guys were in WWE doing this crap. And even here, it's
they were. Let's put it this way. Now, if you're gonna look at this with your full prognosticational energy, then you completely forgot about the verbiage I used. The most extremely silly thing that AEW is doing for the latter 6 months of this year. Is AEW averages one extremely silly thing every year for the first half and the second half of the year, at least for the last 3 years. So don't go into this with full thinking. Go into this with, am I going to be entertained by these people?
Well, from what I've seen already, from what they've shown us on TV, I'm not entertained. I'm thinking...
I'm extremely entertained.
Oh, of course you are, but me, not really. I'm like, what is this?
To me, if you look at their stuff from NXT and the main roster and compare it to, let's use Pretty Deadly as an example. Their stuff really changed. They went from being in a ring in NXT doing the same thing to being backstage, relegated to the backstage on the main roster. With MMX and Generate, they've actually given them time and given them segments and done really incredibly entertaining, silly stuff in the ring. So they've actually looked better in AEW than when they were portrayed in WWE, so consider that.
Now, hold on a minute. You can give them as much time as you want, man, but when the actual quality...
They never gave them segment time on NXT, dude. If you go back and look at their matches, they never given them segment to do their silly fashion thing.
When they were in NXT, whenever there, or even before all this Maximum Male Model crap, they were doing two different entirely fucking things. I mean, first of all, Mansoor, all he was just a fucking token Saudi.
Like I said, Coffee, don't get too long-winded in your prognostication.
I'm not done here. Mansoor was just the token Saudi for all the Saudi shows. But
now
they're like, that's enough. Oh, I know. Even though right when they give it a big title, he's out the door. Oh, believe me, I even forgot about that. We'll get to that when we get to that. Believe me, folks. And then you have Mace, the former Dio man. And I mean...
He's beautiful in moon boots.
Yeah, WWE had enough with the moon boots. See, WWE had no fucking idea what to do with this guy, practically. Like, first of all, they had him here. Like, let's see. He was basically started, like, doing color commentating stuff, like, early on. He had some small NXT stuff, but first...
Yeah, but look at what is their outside of pro wrestling bread and butter that Adam Cole and the other guy do outside of AEW and Evil Uno? Gaming!
Wait a minute, what does that even have to do with this?
They both do gaming too!
Yeah, but this thing here, look at this. So they basically give him the great name of Dio Madden, right? And then he does commentary on 205 Live. And then as part of Premiere Week, that same month in September of 2019, they changed the commentary teams, and he goes alongside Vic Joseph and Jerry Lawler. His reign is over as quickly as it started because he basically got F5 by Brock Lesnar, never to see the commentary table again for the rest of his career. They sent him back to NXT to train, and then he becomes a part of that one awful stable that I'm not even going to utter its name because it brings back nothing but bad memories. But you know, and that's actually where he got that fucking name for starters, and yet he kind of just stuck with it, or rather, I guess the abbreviated version.
Okay, like I said, you don't have to overthink this, so let's just go to the picks.
And then, and then that stable died, and then and then he rejoins in the Maximum Male Model shit, and we all know how that went. And then they come to AEW. Not really all that changed from all this. The point is, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here with this. Yeah, and they want me to care about them against the Acclaim, who have just been spinning their wheels until they actually get something meaningful to do. Can you tell why I'm not exactly excited for this match?
No, Coffee, I completely can't.
By the way, I'm pretty sure you were being sarcastic.
Of course I was!
I knew that. You didn't have to say that part out loud. I know, you know. I wish Dean were here, but he's not, so epic. It's your turn.
The Acclaimed.
Jesse actually went with the Acclaimed. What about you, Kwai Jam?
Look, I'm looking forward to whatever caster can pontificate in his opening rap on these gentlemen.
Be the best part of the match.
No, it's not. The
Yes,
whole thing is going to be.
is.
The whole match is going to be. Wait for it. Extremely silly.
Oh, I thought you
and
were
that's
gonna
what
put
I'm
some-
looking for. I want the whole thing to be so silly. I want to see male models at ringside doing random poses and then getting clotheslined. I want to see like beautiful pattern animal skin clothing being thrown up in the air. I want to see Caster and Bowens in the ring being offered makeup pre-match by Mansoor. I want to see extremely silly things, okay? This is going to be the extremely silliest thing for the second half of this year for AEW. So, you know what? I say the Acclaimed is going to most obviously win this match, but it's all the entertaining, nonsensical garbage in the middle of the match that's going to make this so much fun. Okay, and this should have been the pre-show match. Okay, this should have been the pre-show match. So I say the Acclaim.
Wow, and here I thought you'd be waiting till tomorrow to say your one of
Well,
your signature lines.
MXM is going to have its time, but they're going up against a pretty silly tag team when you really think
Honestly,
about it.
I'm not giving
So-
much of a damn for this. I'm just gonna go with the Acclaim.
You gave like a 9.5-minute diatribe to this.
I
Okay,
had
so
to give backstory about all
I
of
mean, you
this.
defeated the comment.
Oh, whatever, man. I'm just.
Let's
gonna-
move on.
Next. It's Hologram versus the Beast Mordos in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Oh, here's Tony Khan's favorite. So, TK announced on Twitter on October 9th of this year that Hologram would face the Beast Mordos in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This happened after LFI, Roosh, Dralistico, and Mordos.
LIF.
Well, the Fightful article has misspelled it, unfortunately.
Well,
So
it's
go-
Fightful. They're nothing but former Vice interns. So let's be
Yeah,
honest.
just go yell at them for screwing up. Actually, don't. But yeah, LIF members Roosh, Dralistico, and Mordos attacked Hologram after he defeated Commander on Title Tuesday. A show that, despite its title, was very much lacking in title defenses, except for the one woman who's not going to be on the card, but that's beside the point. Man, Tony Khan really loves Hologram, am I right? Yeah, I know. Crazy, huh? Oh man, oh man, oh man. So, epic.
Hologram.
But Jesse actually went with the Beast Mordos. What does Quietjam have to say?
Oh, to me, this is not even a match. These two gentlemen do nothing but showcase. So, and do not take that showcase as a connotation of what used to make WWE video games any good. To me, this is just yet him, Tony Khan, trying to show whoever's not seen these two talents before, hey, I got these great guys. You know? That's basically what it is. And I know there's going to be ringside interference by LIF here. That goes without saying. And, like I said, I do think that these guys' bookings, I mean, at least they got Mordos into a faction now so they can build from there. As for Hologram, this guy is doing interesting things every fourth match now. He's had like maybe half a dozen, maybe 8-9 matches so far in AEW, but I do think there's a lot more more layers of great moveset here that are yet to be shown by Hologram. So I say, Jesus, I'm going to go. Just because he doesn't get many wins, hasn't had many wins. I'm going to go with Mortis on this one. I'm going against Hologram. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, Mortis is going to get the win to add more shine onto the LIF.
As much as I wish that was the case, somehow I think Tony Khan's fetish for Hologram ain't going away.
It's not a
anytime
fetish.
soon.
Calm down.
Oh, whatever. Come on, man. You know.
The only thing they need to work on the Hologram is that ugly mask, dude. Have you seen his mask? Oh my gosh.
Well, shit. It's
Worst
not like-
luchador mask since El Santo.
Well, shit. It's not like they're bringing him under his name that he had when he was in AAA Worldwide, so. I don't know.
What was it called? We'll call it Mr. Augmented?
No. Artemis.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with Hologram because TK is in love with Hologram, and that love ain't stopping soon. Which finally brings us to the last match. Pay attention to the top of that same image we had when we had MXM versus the Acclaimed on, but especially the top part of it, because that's where it is. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
The bread and butter match, dude. The bread and butter
the
match.
one match that Jesse's
Our
actually
jam is
given a
ready to
damn
yap.
about. It seems
Hey, it's
as
two
if,
things I'm allowed to eat, okay?
It seems as if every title defense for Danielson now is the final countdown, practically. I mean, it's basically like the ending bit in Punch-Out.
You mean the final
essentially.
tap out?
No, but I mean, it's like the ending bit in Punch-Out on the Wii, where after you beat the second round, but much tougher as well, Then all it takes is 3
Dude,
losses
it's
for
like
Little
being knocked
Mac,
down by Ball
and that's
Bull,
it.
and then figuring out you hit him in the belly when he goes into the bull run.
No, what I mean
You know what I
is,
mean?
like, in the last bit, after you complete the second round of Punch-Out, all you have to do is lose 3 times, and that basically ends the game right there, which is crazy. But that's basically what it is. It is like the last stand for Little Mac. Much like how now
Mm-hmm.
every match here at this point is the last stand for old Bryan Danielson. So Moxley defeated well, wait. That's the top. You don't give away the big information on the top. Whatever. So weeks after agreeing to a match, Jon Moxley and Darby Allin clashed in a singles bout at Dynamite Grand Slam this year, and the winner earned a shot at Bryan Danielson in the World Championship. Allin originally won a shot back at the belt in July, but for some stupid reason decided to put it on the line for this match. And then Moxley basically captured the victory, ending Allin's run of 4 consecutive single wins on television.
What a statistic for him. What a statistic.
Yeah, basically Moxley reversed Allin's suplex attempt into a Death Rider from the top rope.
That was a sick sell, too.
And then
Give it to Darby, man.
And then after that, Danielson sprinted to the ring and attempted to choke out Moxley, and the segment ended with Danielson officially challenging him for the match at WrestleDream. Yeah, I don't know how long they're going to keep this Bryan Danielson train going, but I tell you what, man. I'm going to be here for every minute of it, no matter what. So, yeah. So, with that, Epic.
Ends in DQ.
Oh,
Oh, no
really?
way. No.
Wow.
Don't say those 2 dreaded letters in my earshot.
Well, you wouldn't be the only one to guess that, actually. Because
No. This is not going to happen. They can't do that.
well,
Especially with this kind of what they've done with Moxley and his new little group. I mean, no. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, to be fair, the Jesse said that Bryan Danielson would win by disqualification via Blackpool Combat Club interference.
No.
All right, Quiet why don't you go ahead?
Okay, this thing. I mean, BCC, one of the most formidable factions to ever grace the AEW promotion, especially when it was anchored by the great William Regal, which I don't think this faction would have ever cashed on without William Regal being affiliated. Okay, even for the brief time he was in AEW. This potential, the potential of this match is got so many ramifications. Okay, Bryan Danielson literally is going to be going part-time. Many people thought he was going to go part-time after All In, All Out. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, they watched All In, like, okay, he's going to go part-time. Nope, didn't do it. And then All Out happens. Oh, he's not going part-time? No, still? Okay. No, he's going part-time after this. This is going to be him going to work Collision booking. You know what I mean? But holy cow, the Moxley buildup of this new faction is very, very intriguing. I probably dare say it's a few levels higher, just based off all that last promo that Moxley did. I don't know if any of you watched that last promo he did on Dynamite this week. How methodical, how deep he is. This is some of the best promo work, and I know it's kind of just self-defeating to say that, but this is some of the best promo work I have seen from Moxley in a while. Okay, the group makes sense. Shafir's looking like a beast. She's got the China and DX kind of, Camille Mercedes Money kind of vicious streak here. This is going to be another match of the year candidate, but I think it's going to be more about the finish more than the journey of this match. Okay, Bryan is got probably next to Darby Allin the second greatest second wind of being, coming back with a flurry of the offense and winning the match in the end. Okay, next to Darby Allin. But I do think there are going to be shenanigans at ringside. I do think the AEW roster could come out and help Bryan in some facet. Maybe Wheeler Yuta comes out and then he gets emasculated like I was expecting. But I think Moxley is going to take this title off Bryan. Many people thought he wasn't going to take, you know what I mean? He's won matches where we didn't think he was going to win it. But let's remember the squash match he did with CM Punk. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
On TV?
Good point.
And squashed Punk because he had re-aggravated his foot injury. And they put it on Moxley. So we've seen shocking outcomes that we did not expect with Moxley because we only auto-assumed that the other person was going to win it, in this case CM Punk, because he still had that fresh Tony Khan contract smell. So I think Brian is going to put up a fight. We're going to have the ringside shenanigans that comes with this, but there's going to be people there to, make the save. Most notably FTR. I think FTR is going to, you know what I mean? They're going to attack this new Moxley group. But I think Moxley is ultimately going to win the world title. And then they're going to do probably like they're going to demasculate Brian in the ring. You know what I mean? Like hold him up, and then what's going to happen is Tony Khan's going to come out and get somehow involved in this. You know what I mean? Where Tony Khan and Brian are so close, but what happens is when Tony Khan comes out of Gorilla, he gets blindsided, and you know who he gets blindsided by?
Who?
Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, who has not been seen for nearly, I want to say 3 years now, since the last Mania he was in.
More like
He's going to come out. He's going to come out, hit Tony Khan.
Year.
He's going to come out and blindside Tony Khan. And we have not seen Tony Khan get beaten up very well since, of course, the Young Bucks EVP bringing Shad Khan out.
Yeah.
I think Shane's going to come out and blindside Tony Khan, hit him with a max stunner on the ramp, and then Moxley's group go up with, and and then Shane's gonna come to the ring and hit Brian, because Shane and Brian have history, much like the secret history between Moxley and Shane, because Shane was a big advocate for Dean Ambrose post Shield in WWE backstage, not in front of the camera, backstage, and that is going to be the story that will be masterfully, hopefully, told after this pay-per-view as we go into more TV. So I say, for the sake of the storyline, to keep the Moxley team group strong, there'll be some near falls here. Brian is one of the best when it comes to near falls. Same thing with Moxley. Moxley is the pedigree when it comes to near falls. But I think in the end, Moxley is going to win this, and then the fallout is going to be so glorious, and they're going to be doing an invasion angle with the Moxley group running roughshod. And then we're going to get the big feud between Team AEW, a la Moxley's group, or McMahon Incorporated, whatever you want to call them. But when Shane comes out and polarizes the hell out of everybody, oh boy, much like Vince McMahon said to CM Punk after the shoot promo backstage, it's time, I can smell the money. Here comes the money. So there you go. I say Moxley wins the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion until Darby Allin is waiting in the wings, and then I'm going to save the next big surprise for the next podcast, because Darby Allin will be the last domino to fall for Team AEW, but he will be their John Cena. Darby Allin is the John Cena in AEW.
One, nonetheless.
So for future booking, I say Moxley wins. He's now a 3-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion, and you're gonna have the debuting Shane McMahon, and God forbid, AEW, you are now on notice, my friend, because the invasion has begun.
Yeah, I could see all of that happening regardless of who wins. There's still going to be some crazy invasion stuff.
And I think with all the great matches that Tony Khan is giving us in this pay-per-view, and they're right now on a 4 pay-per-view streak right now, doing a DQ would be the completely stupidest thing they could ever do, because Brian is literally going to go off. He's going to go part-time after this. Man, come on. The guy has been saying he was going to go part-time for the last 3 pay-per-views, and he's still giving us banger, 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 banger. TV and on pay-per-view. So now it's time for Brian to be demasculated.
Yeah, but we still have 2 more AEW shows.
I know, and that's where you're going to be building up Moxley's group. A Team AEW is going to start, crystallizing into a big group, the remaining roster, and it's going to either be OC or Darby Allin that leads that charge against this new threat. That's the most logical thing you do.
Yeah, I get
with
you.
Tony Khan as the figurehead, cheering them on in a neck brace, resisting the green bottles of mineral water.
Okay, I get you. But I'm gonna go with Danielson on this one, just cause.
God.
Let's just ramp this up, cause oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah, That's WrestleDream. Maybe we got a bit more out of it than we expected.
And if they
but
pull this pay-per-view off as perfectly as they've done, they are on a 4 pay-per-view streak right now.
I just wish
4.
they would be on a better TV streak, but never mind that right now, I guess. There are still 2 AEW pay-per-views left. We've got Full Gear in November and World's End in December, so...
And now that I think of it, guess who they also could have leading the charge for Team AEW?
Oh, who?
MJF!
Oh, yeah, good point
MJF,
there.
you would have a 3-way of 3 guys jockeying for position leading Team AEW against this new emerging threat. You could have MJF, Darby Allin, and OC all working together.
Yeah, so we still have
Talk
those...
about weird bedfellows who never got along in the first place.
Right, so yeah, we have those 2 AEW pay-per-views next. Full Gear in November, World's End in December. I think you can figure out when we're going to do the podcast for those. But our next stop in a couple weeks or so will be Halloween Havoc. Shit, NXT.
NXT, oh boy.
And then,
Oh,
the
boy.
week after that, we're fucking going to Saudi very soon. At least
We're
metaphorically.
going to Saudyville, everybody. Get your camels ready.
Metaphorically speaking, of course. But either way, you know the sign
Warm up
there.
warm up those second turnbuckles for Goldberg's fresh spear.
Hell no. Hell no. Alright, just please take care of yourselves and each other, because if you don't, who else will? And with that, we'll see you all in about 2 weeks or so, if you give or take. 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you all next time.